Hello, YouTube. Good morning. I'm here with Claudia, and we start a new immersion 100% in English. Uh, and today we'll talk about crossing the threshold. I think that's it. And before we start, I can introduce how TNT works. So, TalkNtalk is a platform for you to develop your language skills and achieve fluency in the language. Within the platform, we have English, Spanish, French, and Italian. Our philosophy is don't correct the others, be respectful, and the main point here is to practice, okay, the English, the language. Remember, I'm not English teacher. I'm just a student facilitator in search of my fluence, just like you. And let me see if you have more things to talk. Um, yeah, I think that's it about the talk and talk. And like I said before, I will guide this conversation. My name is Suelen. I'm 29. I live in a small city in Rio de Janeiro with my family. I have a degree in human resource and post-graduation degree in organization psychology. And now I'm at the second degree in business administration, and I work with equality in a steel company. Let me see more. I'm here on Talking Talk since 2021 to improve my English. In 2023, I become a hostess here. And I think that's it about me. So, Claudia, can you introduce yourself, please?
Sure. My name is Claudia. I live in a small town in São Paulo State. I am a IT project manager with more 15 years of experience. And I had to stop my career last year, and now I'm trying to come back to job market. So I'm here to improve my English in TNT platform. It will easy to return to job market. So this is my first week completed today in TNT platform.
This is amazing. Thank you so much, Claudia. And I sent the questions on the chat, okay? So let's start. I think people are not coming. Okay, yeah, coming here to attend this immersion. So it's just you and I. So let's go to the first question. So what do you remember as the very first threshold you crossed that made you feel like you were moving from childhood toward being a more grown up person?
I think the first real true hole, I don't know, this word is very difficult to say.
Yeah.
Threshold I crossed was when I started going to school by myself, alone without my parents. Uh, it wasn't about independence, but responsibility. I think catching
Yeah.
the bus, managing the things without my parents right there. That small step made me feel more adult, almost an adult, okay, but more like a grown-up person. I think in my life, I think it's the first one thing.
Yeah, I think when we are childhood or maybe a teenager, when you go to school by ourselves, it's like I don't know how to say that in English. I forgot how can I say, tipo, marco, in our lives. Because,
Milestone,
yeah,
milestone.
milestone. Because
I agree.
yeah, because we feel independent, we feel that our parents true in us, and you can go alone
Mhm.
by ourselves, and it's like, oh my God, I'm being an adult, and now I have more responsibility, and we have to careful
Mhm.
to things
Yeah.
because if you don't, I think if you don't put the responsibility in your things and you share this responsibility with your parents, they don't believe in you, so I think you have to careful with this, how can I say that? It's not job, but this new, how can I say that? I think I don't know how to say that even in Portuguese, but it's a new, yeah, new milestone, in your life. So you have to be careful for your parents don't lost the oh my god, the trust or the confident you. I think, yeah, the confident you. Hello, Lorian, good morning.
Good morning. It's
How are
Claudia.
you?
Good morning, Swelling. I'm okay.
Oh,
How about you?
I'm good, thanks for asking. So, Lorian, can you introduce yourself, please, and answer the first question I will send you again here?
Yes. So I'm Luria. I live in Belo Horizonte. I'm 35 years old. I work as a business analyst. I'm about to complete 1 year here in Talk and Talk. I started for learning French, and now I like to participate of the immersions for to improve my English, and also I'm learning Spanish now too. So let's check the first question. What do you remember as the very first threshold you crossed that made you feel like you're moving from childhood? Okay, I think in my case, my parents they didn't study for. I think they just have elementary school, like fourth degree, so they don't have high school and other studies. So they are really simple. So I remember when I finished my studies, my high school, and I was 17 years old. I was not an adult yet, but I was about to complete. And I remember that my I said, Mom, I need to subscribe myself for university. I need to study. And she asked me, what is this? Because she couldn't help me. She doesn't know what is this. And I remember the same question she did when I did my first post graduation, because I just finished my graduation, and she said, Luria, but post graduation, like what is this? So I think this start when I was in university alone, because I did all the documents, all the paperwork, all the bureaucracy alone. They couldn't help me. They just tried to sometimes guide me, but in a formal way. And all this path after my studies, I was alone, even after my post graduation, for jobs too. So I could feel like how heavy was it, the life, because of that. So I think this was my first moment that I feel that I was growing up, like as a person, as an adult. And because I don't have a lot of instructions too, so I've learned much things because of that. So that for me is like that.
Yeah, I think I was saying to Claudia, this is a big milestone in your life because we see, oh my God, now I'm an adult and I have to be more responsible and to put the things in order and things like that because we see that there are a lot of things that our parents didn't know, and don't know. So, and one no, because it's the first life then as well, So uh, nowadays the words that we live is totally different that than live before, So we have to be careful with this with our parents, because the things are, yeah, there are things that they didn't know and don't know and won't know. So we have to be careful and search for us, because it's important to be, I don't know how to say that, but in English, but be flexible, I think, because to search for things, to ask for things, the people, because these people, I think, it's more, I don't know how to say that in English. I think mais visto, in the society, because the people don't ask for things, don't search for things. It's not visible, I think, maybe. Okay, let's go to the number 2. Thank you, Lorian. Claudia, what event or feeling do you believe truly marks the end of adolescence and the beginning of real adulthood? Is it a specific age, a milestone, or a change in mindset?
Well, for me, adulthood doesn't happen on a specific time or birthday. It feels more like a mindset. Okay? I believe it really begins when I had to move from my parents' house. Okay? I start making my own decisions about other people. For example, move and where I will live a partir. Can you help me with this word?
I don't know. Sorry.
Okay, I didn't know about how I will live in by now. I don't know if it's correct. Paying my own bills. I moved to another city. I was born in a little town and moved to São Paulo city. So it was so like almost like a trauma, okay? But I had to be more serious, be an adult effective, okay? So in my case, I think this is what I feeling and what happened when I moved to adolescent, beginner, and adult. That's it.
Thank you so much, Claudia. Lurian, how about you?
In my case, I think I have the opinion about when you are adult, when you just complete 18 years old, or maybe if you have something that inside of you, your inner self feel like adult, because you're doing your things alone, or maybe because you had a, a big change in your life. And I remember even when I was adult, I was like 18, 20, 25. I'm 35 now. I remember in my mind, I was expecting something big, a change, like something really like maybe a marriage or something like that, like when I can really say that I'm adult, in my heart and my mind. But after that, I just realized that I had milestones in my life, and one that I remember really good is because my father no, but my mom was a person who she didn't let us enjoy life when we are like kids, teenagers, and even young ones, because she was so afraid about the dangers of the world that she said all the time, no, you need to stay at home, you need to stay at home. And I need to respect that for a long time because I was living with her. And I remember the first trip that I did without my parents. And I know that you can do this even when you are a kid, like you can travel without your parents. But in my case, no. In my case, I did this trip when I was adult without my parents, and I was paying everything. So this now I can maybe in that time I couldn't say that, oh, I'm adult now, But now I see this moment like a milestone for my first steps, that I was growing and learning more about life. So I remember that I didn't heard my mom say, "Oh, you need to arrive this hour at home." I just don't care. Like, I know it's important to say to my mom where I am, but it's my life now. I can decide. So for me, this was a big milestone, and now I can understand better about it.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think when you go through this situation, we grow up, like a person, like a person, and change our mindset. I think it's the both, the milestone and change our mindset. Because I remember when I travel alone for the first time by myself, without my parents, uh, uh, my relatives. Is me and God, and they travel abroad. It was amazing because okay, I through for I go through for I went through, I think, for a lot of bad situations, but I think this bad situation was good for me because I can grow up, and understand the life better. Because when I live now, I live with my parent, and I understand you, Lurian, because when we live with our parents, we can't do anything, because okay, we want to do the things, but we can't because they have a fear, about a lot of things about the world, and we want to explore, discover the world, and they don't like, and I don't know how to say that, look, maybe us, in I don't know how to say, in the bubble, in their bubble, to don't believe in the world, believe in the society. Okay, it's a good advice, but I think we have to explore. We have to discover the things by ourselves, not for their vision. Because okay, I think our parents pass for a lot of bad situation, and just want to advise us. I think that's it. And when this happened, I think they're yeah, them don't how can I say that in English? They don't want that you live our lives, They want, but at the same time they don't want. I think that's it. So it's a complicated situation, because when you leave our parents' house, this completely changed. Because I remember when I was in this travel, I do all the things that I want to do when I live here in Brazil. But when I stay there, was there, it's totally different. I I didn't say all the time, "Oh, mom, I'm leaving. Mom, I go there," and things like. Okay, I pass a message, on WhatsApp and things. Oh, I leaving now. I'm staying this place, but they don't know about the hour. Don't know about with what I will saying, what I will doing in this travel. I think this is a freedom, you know, for young people. So for me, it was amazing. For sure, with responsibility, because people think that freedom, you have to do all the things, good things and bad things, but it's not in that way. I think you will have to do these things, talking about freedom with responsibility, think about the bad way and the good way. I think that's it. Um, Claudia, you already answered this question. I don't remember. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. So let's go to the number 3. And Lurian, what are some of the most important ceremonies or rites of passage that your society uses to mark life major transitions, like graduation, marriage, or retirement?
Yes, I think all these examples they are these ceremonies. Like I talked about the marriage. I used to think that I just I could become a like adult when I got married. I'm not married. Today I live with someone. We want to marry, and maybe 2 3 years we are saving some money for that. But I totally agree that society they see these transitions like a way that you are changing your life stage. So graduation, you are not a young person anymore, like a child or a teenager, and now you are a young adult. Marriage, it's a transition for you be like a adult, and retirement like you are senior, like an elder one. So I think we can see all the small things too, that when you buy a house, when you buy a car, maybe when you have your financial independence. I think this is can say it's a transition too. um, but this is the traditions that we had now, and used to show everyone your status, your civil status for the world. And I cannot say I agree or disagree, because in our life this represents a little about us, but I really believe that who we are is more about what we think about ourselves, like what I understand about myself now, my responsibilities. Like I'm a provider for my parents, I'm a provider for myself. So I'm not adult, even I'm not married, so I think you need to be okay and understand what you are. And if this is more like a mindset in when you think about that. Of course, the society, we can have a general opinion, but this is not for everyone, so yeah, I agree. Okay.
Thank you, Luria. Claudia, how about you?
I totally agree with Lurian. Uh, I think graduation is the biggest one because for many people it's the first one because symbolize moving to a new stage of life. Getting married also is very meaningful to our society. I've never get married, so sometimes I think it's more than should be more, deveria ser menos importante, in my opinion. But our society gets a lot of importance to this kind of thing. Retirement ceremonies show close the someone's career journey. Nowadays is less common because you have a lot of people, okay, can do the retirement, but is still working. So, but I consider it as important ceremony. And the other transitions about our society maybe change the status, civil status, as Luria said. I think we said a lot of all the most important ceremonies about our lives in our society. And I think it's changing every generation, this kind of ceremonies. So that's it.
Yeah, I think here in Brazil we commemorate. Yeah, commemorate all the things, the ceremonies, all the
First
things.
thing is a ceremony.
Yeah,
If you
if
want,
you
everything could be a ceremony.
Yeah, that's it. Because people, Brazilian people like this party, and they do a ceremony for all the things, Just if you buy a new car, a new house, all the things, I think we can commemorate, be a ceremony, do a ceremony. So I think okay, it's not the most important. I think it depends the person. Yeah, depends the people. So if you want to, if you think the major not, if your graduation is the most important ceremony for you, okay, you can go and celebrate it. But and for the other is married. For the other, it's a new I forgot how can I say geladeira in English, and things like that. So people celebrate all the things. So it's amazing. I like these things because uh sometimes for us it's a silly thing, but for the other it's a big thing, and they want to, yeah, this is Lurian. Thank you so much. And the for the other guys, just it's a big thing, and they want to celebrate it. So I think this is amazing because I love to celebrate all the things in my life. All the time I want to, it's a barbecue, maybe drink and wine and things like that. I love it. So for me it's important to celebrate the silly things. It's not just a big thing, because when you think that you have to celebrate just the big things, I think in my case, in my opinion, I think you uh you feel frustrated because want to you not want it, you expect the big movement in your life, and when this don't happen, you feel frustrated. So I think you have to celebrate the silly things because it's important, because these silly things help you to achieve your big celebrate. So I think because that is important to celebrate the silly things. Okay, so let's go to number 4. Claudia, think about a major turning point in your own life. What was the I think it's threshold you crossed it, and how did that experience change you as a person?
The major, I think one major threshold for me was changing careers. It was scary because I had to leave behind what was familiar to me and step into a new life. Sorry, a work life, new world. But I it gives me more confidence that can I to be certain that I can adapt it for the situation, learn new skills, of course, and reinvent myself when it's necessary. So I think it's the biggest for me, changing my career. It's very scary, but now I'm alive. So now I'm a resilient person. It's okay. I think it's okay.
Yeah, it is amazing, Claudia. Thank you for much for your sharing. So, Lurian, how about you?
Okay. I was thinking because of I don't know. When you live with someone else, uh, it's hard to understand about that, because you just was born in your family, and your family is just like normal, like we just learned how to live with your mom, your dad, maybe you have some relative living with you, your brothers and sisters, siblings, and this is just normal. And after you have the first contact with other ones in the school and the life and the job, but it's just people that you just meet them out of your place, and they stay there and you just come home. So when I start to live with someone else, like I can say 3 years ago, and understand other culture, other attitudes, other habits. This was something for me that I was not expecting, because everyone said, "Oh, it's really hard to live with someone else. You need to understand that is other one, or the behaviors, like something like that." And I was ready for that, but at the same time I couldn't know what I could expect. Okay. And now I think I'm more resilient, like Claudia said, because of that, to respect others, to understand that we have different kind of perspectives of life. And okay, and this is okay. We don't need to have the same opinion. You don't need to have the same habits. You just can respect and understand each other. And in my case, what is the problem for me, that put me in this situation too, is because my partner, he has other culture. No, I think Claudia didn't know, but Suelen, maybe she knows that my partner, he is not from Brazil. So we pass more, I cannot say problem, but maybe challenge, because we have these different aspects to see uh, things, in general. And at the same time, we really want to stay together. So this is interesting because of that, but it's really a challenge too. So this changed me. This experience changed me as a person, because I can understand something out of my belly button. Em português we say pensar fora do umbigo, né? Belly button. So my word, even when you say about Brazil, is not just here. So we have more things to think, to learn, to understand, to respect, and to be understand too. I think he need to understand us too. It's not just me understand. No, it's something that we need to change between us. And this is really interesting. So live with someone, I think, really change you, because you need to be ready to pass for this in your life, and to live with someone with different culture, experience, behaviors, habits, and be there. Even you can, sometimes you don't agree, sometimes it's hard, sometimes you don't want to see the other one, but you need to be there. So it's like that.
Sorry, girls, my internet is unstable. I don't know what happened here. Okay. So, Claudia, you already answered this question? I don't remember, sorry.
Yeah, I was the first one.
Okay. So, let's go to the number 6. So, Ludia, I start with you, the number 6. When you look back at the person you were in a previous lifestyle, for example, yourself as a teenager, what is the biggest difference you see?
I think it's my mindset, because I was a teenager, a child in general, that I was really a fairy tale person. I believe a lot about the that some prince, will take me in a white horse. I was raised like that, watching movies about the best couples, the romantic things, and since I was totally innocent, and because of my mom too, because of my the way I was raised, because since my mom protect me a lot from the world, I couldn't had more experience because of that. So for me, everyone could just be solved in a blink, like really quickly. So it's not like that. And now, since I had a lot of experience, I for example, before this relation that I had now, I was in another relation for 7 years. That was a good relation in a quotes, but in the same time, it was really bad, because I was totally lost. I was believing, no, this is the person, this is the person. I need to try more. I need to stay with him. No, like I understand now it's not like that. So I think Suelen is gone, but I think she will try to reconnect. So I was like an innocent person that I believed that if I could do everything in the way that is necessary, I could have the results, that I need. And it's not like that. The life is more challenge than that. And I've learned not in the hard way, because I consider that I didn't pass for a lot of hard problems. I know some people, they have other hard problems, but in my case, because I was innocent, because I was expecting a fairy tale, this changed me. And for you, Claudia?
When I look back to my teenage self, I see someone full of energy, but also insecurity. I think, as you said, the way of our parents to raise up ourselves. So today I feel more grounded and confident in who I am. I don't worry as much, of course, about what people think, and I've learned to trust my own decisions. I had the same situation as you. I believed in fairy tales as well when I so younger. So today I think I'm more confident and I live in a real world, maybe. Okay, because it's so different, the fairy tales, okay, you know?
Yes, there is this about the fairy tale world and the real one, And I think
Yeah.
it's because of what the things are presented for the kids, like what we watch when we are young. We didn't watch like real life, We watch like fairy
Mm-hmm.
tale,
Yeah.
princess, and for the women, like
It's
Claudia
the worst, yeah,
is the
worst
worst,
for us.
right? It's just like, oh, you need to wait your enchanted prince, something
Yeah.
like that, And it's not like that. Can be, I don't know, for someone, but I think
Mm-hmm.
majority is not like that. So I was not ready, and I need to face that.
And I think it's important to have this autoconsciência nowadays,
Yes.
because you can compare our teenage life with our real life today as an adult. Okay, I think it's a very good situation for us.
Yes. I do therapy, and I
Mhm.
love to understand these, like
Me too, me too. It's the
yeah,
best part of life. I can understand almost everything in my brain.
yeah. Oh,
Almost, not.
sometimes I just want to go in the past and just say something, for myself. Oh, okay, just try to help, because I remember who I was.
Mhm. Yes.
It's funny. So, Claudia, you can start the next one. I think is the question
Number
number
seven.
7.
Seven,
Yes.
okay. Let's talk about the in-between periods. What is it like to be in transition where you feel you are left on stage, but you haven't fully arrived at the next one? Okay. In the in-between feels, I think it's like being a waiting room, maybe. You are not who you used to be. I'm not who I used to be, but you are also not yet who you are becoming. So I think it's a right definition is a waiting room. Okay, it can feel uncomfortable, but it's also a time of growth. You are learning and preparing yourself for what is coming next. So I understood in between like a waiting room. What do you think about it? Did you understand me?
Yes, I understand. I agree. I think it's a breaking room. I think it's, I can compare that this situation I'm living now, because in the same time that I live with my partner, also I'm waiting for my marriage, So looks like I didn't get there, but in the same time I'm almost there. Or maybe for my career, I work as a business analyst. I'm happy with what I'm doing. I'm happy with my job too, because I work from home. So this is something that I'm looking for all the time. After pandemic, I just decided to continue having this kind of work, because I can have flexibility, better quality of life in my point of view. But in the same time, I have something inside of myself to do something bigger about my career, but I don't know, maybe try my own business, or maybe try to do something different. So it look like I'm happy now, I have a good job, but I'm reading something else. So I think we have this in our life. I think this maybe is the reason that we keep going for our dreams, for our objectives. Because if you don't have anything to achieve, I think the life doesn't make any sense.
I agree. I totally agree. I used to be a business analyst, okay?
Ah,
10 years ago, I chose to change for my career to a IT project manager.
ah,
And but I like this kind of job, and it's so important to IT manager, project manager career as well, okay? Because we have a lot of experience in business analyst. And now I'm in between again because I stopped my career 1 year because family issues, and now I'm trying to come back. So I I think we are in between all of almost of the time in our lives. We are
yeah,
always looking for new rules, new things to do. As you getting married, as me, I'm trying to come back to job market. I think it's a life. You are endless in between something.
yes. Even for like we are trying to be better in English, it's the same, like we are learning. Oh, I'm reading to
Yeah,
be a fluent in English. So I think is that like we are living in between all the time.
great. Yeah.
Yes. So now is the question number 8. At what point in life do you think a person crosses the threshold into old age? Has the meaning of this life stage changed in modern times? So, like I said, I think retirement can be a ceremony for event, for this. But nowadays, since the question is talking about if this changed and this time now, nowadays I think old age is more about your mindset, about you, what you think. Like we have some people here in Talk and Talk, other colleagues. They are like 80 years old, almost 80 years old, and they are here learning, and doing everything. So for me, this is incredible. I cannot imagine my mom or my dad doing this, because this is not their profile. But you can have persons that want to do this. So I think this is the age is what you think. So because of that, I'm trying to be a person who learn more things now, because when you learn new language, your brain can develop more, you can avoid maybe some diseases, mental ones. And I'm trying to be more active for my physical life, to work with my muscles. So I don't think when I complete, for example, 60, because there is this about 20, 40, 60s, I will feel like, oh, I'm old now, you know? I want to understand what I know about myself. Maybe when I am 60, I will have more freedom that I am now, and I can do things more for myself. So I agree that in the past, even younger people could be considered like old ones. Uh, After 40s, maybe, you're old one. You cannot do anything more. But I think nowadays it's more like 60, 70, 80s. It depends of your age and your no. It depends of your mentality, mindset. What do you think, Claudia?
I don't think old age is just about numbers, okay, anymore. In the past, I agree with you. People were considered old at 60. But today, as you said, we have some colleagues here with 80. I'm surprised and I'm very happy with this. But today, many people at the age are active and full of energy. Okay? Some companies consider my age is old because I have some issues to come back the job market. And I think every day, okay, nowadays, every people with 60, 70 years old are working and full of energy. And what has happened to the companies? Well, I think old age really begins when someone stops learning, stop to being curious, and stop seeking new experience. It's not about a number. So regardless of their actual age, okay? I think it's, as you said, it's a mindset. It's not a number, just a number.
Yes, yes. I'm trying to think about that because in my family, I don't have good examples about people who get old and think about they are not old. Like my mom. My mom, she is 64 years old, and her mentality is really bad. Really, really bad. All the time she's complaining about something. She's like, oh my God, she's afraid about since I was a kid, I said this. She's afraid. So she's not a person who thinks about, oh my God, I can try to live more now. No, all the time she's, oh, I'm old, I'm old, I'm old, I'm old. So this is her mind. And my father, he is the opposite, but at the same time, my father, I don't think he thinks about the consequences. My father, he is 77, no, 67 years old. And he is more like, oh, I can do everything that I want, like he's working. He's retired, but he's working even after retirement, so it's okay. And he thinks he has the same age that 30 years ago. He keep doing things like drinking and like that. But for me, he is like not responsible, because for me he's doing things more crazy for me. Like when he has some health problems, he doesn't want to go to the doctor. He keeps drinking alcohol, like with the same way that he drinks like 10, 20, 30 years ago. So I don't have good examples about that. And all the time I try to filter this to understand who I want to be when I'm older. I want to enjoy and to think about to have this freedom, but at the same time I want to be responsible.
Yeah, because it could be dangerous for health life, okay? And so you have to do yourself, your mindset, and keep on, keep going. Yeah.
Yes. So now, Claudia, I think it's the next question. You can choose the question 9 or 10 for answer, and after I will reply.
Okay, we have not enough time for all them. Number 10. looking ahead in your own journey, what's the next personal threshold that you are either preparing for or looking forward to crossing? Next steps, maybe. The next threshold I'm preparing, I think, is tasking on new possibilities in my professional life. As I said, I'm trying to come back, and I think it's the next goal in my life. I see it as a chance to grow, even though it will probably push me out my comfort zone. Yeah. So I look forward to do it because every new stage comes with new great lessons or great scenes or a new life. I'm excited to start a new job, and at the same time, of course, I am afraid, but I think it will be my next step on my journey. And you, Luria?
Yes, I think my next step, it's to, like I said, I'm living with my partner now, but I'm living in the same place with my parents, and we want to move for a place that we can start our life, and also we want to marry. And for now, because of that, because of the challenge, I'm saying that we have many challenges in our life, because when you live with your parents, and thanks God, my parents, they are really nice, because we have parents that they are more systematic. My parents, they are really nice. They let us do everything we want here. It's not a problem. But I said all the time that we are not living a life that normal people can, the normal steps, So when we just live in our place, I'm afraid that our life will be bored. We don't have any things to do. I said, imagine, because
You
now,
can use your imagine and do different things. You find something to do.
yes, and I just try to imagine what will be our next challenge, but in the same time, but after that, what we can do, because we have passed for a lot of things since we started this relation, because it's not a relation, it's with other one, with someone who is not from Brazil. So we have problems with visa, bureaucracy, no, a lot of things. And I'm just thinking, oh my God, imagine when we just can breathe, So we'll be just bored because we cannot do anything else. But this is something that I want for my next step for my life, and we are working for this. I hope by the end of the year we have a clearly response what we can do next, and I'm excited for that. But at the same time, I imagine this. I think it's normal.
Great, great thing. I think you are finishing now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So just for Claudia, we have a group here for who is host in Talk and Talk. I'm hosting French, and Suelen is
French
host.
is my
Yes,
next language, French. I love French.
yes. And Suelen send a message on the group, on the chat here. I saw to say that she couldn't try reconnect. Okay, she said sorry.
Okay.
But I said we keep going in the conversation, and that's fine. Okay.
Great. Nice to meet you two again.
Yes.
And I hope to meet you next immersion. Thank you.
Yes. Thanks a lot, Claudia.